Good afternoon, everyone. Honorable Director of the Department, Dr. Rajesh Ragde sir, Dr. Madhuri Samad ma'am, all other dignitaries on the dais and off the dais, all the research scholars, and dear students, I wish you very happy Tourism Research Day to all, as we are today celebrating the first Tourism Research Day and the second Foundation Day of International Center for Buddhist Tourism. So indeed it's a very special day of my life. I express my deepest gratitude to the respected Ragde sir for this felicitation by the department for completion of my long journey of PhD research work for 7 years. So it took a 7 years long journey to finish my PhD work. This wonderful journey was started on the 8th of August 2012 when I registered for my PhD. So before that also I can say that I qualified the NET exam in the 2009 in first attempt, and in second attempt I got the JRF. So in 2010 I qualified the NET JRF, but due to, as Subhash sir has already expressed, that during that period UGC had changed some regulations. So then onwards the PET exam was compulsory for getting a registration for a PhD. So due to that new regulations, I have to wait for 2012 to get registered myself for PhD program. So I got registered under the guidance of Dr. Madhuri Sawan. Initially I was planning to register with Dr. Rajesh Ragde sir. So I was constantly talking with sir and madam what sort of topic I should select for my PhD work. Then during those days I read some newspapers or search on some websites for the topics. Then I have a interaction with sir and madam, and then the topic of CSR was there in prominent in news in those days. So I selected the topic of CSR, that is corporate social responsibility, for my research. Then I got the valuable inputs from both sir and ma'am for my PhD work. So actually what I think that the PhD is a learning process. So you learn a lot of things during your PhD. So if somebody qualifies a NET or even if you become a JRF, so it doesn't guarantee you to be a lecturer or be a professor or assistant professor for that matter. So because we don't have any formal training to be a teacher, that too in a higher education. So if you want to become a primary teacher, you need a training. So you have some D.Ed program or B.Ed program for a high school level or for a junior college level. But NET exam is a different thing. So again, I think presently even the Ministry of HRD, they are also thinking of imparting the training for the NET qualified students. So once you qualified the NET exam on the basis of your knowledge of 2 years or related to your subjects, you got that knowledge, but you don't know how to teach or how to do a research. So I think PhD is the right platform for the students to enhance their research qualities, to enhance their teaching abilities. So it was possible for me because of the Dr. Rajesh Ragde sir. He has given me opportunity to be a faculty in this department. I used to teach some papers in this department like a business policy or even a financial management. So I would like to tell you an interesting story about financial management. So I'm not from a commerce background, okay? And when I was there in a MTA program, so some faculties were used to come us for financial management from commerce department. And so I remember mostly they have conducted 5 or 6 lectures for us. How could I manage to pass that paper? I only knows, okay? So I don't have any financial background, management background, and sir asked me to teach the financial management. So I told sir I don't have any background related to the financial management. I'm from an arts background student. So how could I do so? Sir told me that you are a NET JRF student. If I give you any responsibility, then you have to take it as a challenge. Then I accept it as a challenge. Definitely it has taken a lot of time for me to understand the basics of financial management, but I manage at my level. And in those days, the financial management paper, it also includes the accounting part, which is again very technical part. So I have to take a lot of efforts to improve those in those fields. I don't claim I'm an expert in that, but I know the basics of financial and accounting. It is expected that the tourism student, they should know the basics of every working departments in tourism organizations. So I able to cope up with that, and I used to teach financial management and accounting in the department. And again, the business policy, it is related to my PhD work, that is CSR. I used to teach that. So I very much thankful for this giving me an opportunity to groom myself, to develop myself as a teacher, as a researcher in this department. So I consider myself fortunate for getting an opportunity to complete this doctoral degree from this renowned department for tourism studies of our country. So while facing the various interviews in different universities, so I come across many researchers from the various universities, that to a central level or central universities. When I interact with these researchers, when we talk about their research topic, their way of research methodology or sampling, so again I can see that our level is quite good as compared to that. So it is possible because of the kind of research environment, research culture, what we have inculcated or what we have developed under the able guideship of Dr. Rajesh Ragde sir. And I give a lot of credit of my research work to sir. Because of his constant support and a constant encouragement, I could able to complete my PhD work. So again, I would like to give my thanks to all my research colleagues or all the research scholars, so for their constant support. Again, we have many times a valuable discussion. So when we have any problem, so we used to sit together. I call to all my research colleagues, we sit together. So I'm facing problem in sampling, how to go for the sampling. Okay, coming back to my topic, how I selected my sampling, okay. So my topic was related to the CSR study of hotel managers working in a star category hotels in the Western India. So I was confused how to get the sample number or number of managers working in all these hotels in 5-star categories. So I contacted Subhash sir. I know he was an expert in hotel industry. He has worked many years. Again, I contacted with the Sandeep sir. So as he is also there as a faculty in hotel management institutes. So I contacted them, I interacted them, then I put my problem, sir, I am facing this problem, how to select my sampling. Then we come together, we discussed, and then we have a plan that I got some good ideas from them. So I got the directory from the FHRA, that is Federation of Hotel and Restaurant Association. Then I come to know how many hotels are there in these different World Heritage around World Heritage sites. So likewise we sit together and solve the problems. Then the very innovative idea started by, as Sir Subhash sir has also spoke about that, even Dr. Madhuri ma'am has also spoke about that. That is the research scholarship. So I think it is one of its kind, unique idea in a university research education system which I have observed. So it has helped a lot. So you have to make a presentation what you have did in your last 6 months related to your research work. So research scholars, they face various problems. So it may be due to for the sampling or a data collection. So as Subhash sir has also told that the data collection is the most difficult part in the research process. So as we know that the mentality of Indian, typical mentality, they don't, the managers or anything, even they go to the tourists, they are not ready to give any data. So they take it otherwise or don't know what they have in their mind, or it may be not convenient for them to give the data. And as my data collection is related to the 5-star category hotel managers, imagine how could I manage to get all the data. So it takes a lot of time for me. So that could be the one of the reason it taken a lot of time for me to complete my research work. Again, I have one bad experience during my survey also. So I went to Rajasthan for the data collection, and I finished my data collection in Udaipur, and I was traveling to Gujarat. And actually, I finished my data collection early, and I have a train booking. But I still, as I have finished my data, so I have to. I plan to leave the Udaipur by bus. So I was traveling from Udaipur to Gujarat by bus, and that I went with the accident. So it hurt my head. It's a minor injury was there. But that sort of problems you may face while you research. So that is also part and parcel of research. You cannot ignore that. But it has, unfortunately, it has happened with me. So that was a bad experience which I had. But I still did not lose my hopes. I continued data collection, and I could complete it. And again, I have made the data analysis with the help of all my research colleagues. And believe me, these 7 years has taught me many things which will immensely useful for my future career in tourism, education and research. This great achievement is possible because of the great support by all the faculties, all my research colleagues. Again, talking about the research environment in our department. So again, I would like to put it in a record. So as I was a student from the MTA program, from there onwards, again, I'm actively participating in student organizations. So being an active member of student organization, I come to know various problems of even the research scholars in our university. So I found that in other departments, the research guides are not cooperative. They are having some problems with the research students. They are not completing or they are not checking what the research scholars they are submitting to their guide by chapters or all this. Or even some research scholars, those are having fellowships. So there are some financial problems as well. So I would say from my personal experience, our department is very, very transparent about everything. So be it your fellowship, be it your research administration. So sir is very specific or very particular about the research administration. He guide you personally. So again, university is constantly issuing the new type of ordinances, rules and regulations. You may not understand what the new rules and new regulations are there. But sir constantly telling you that these new rules are there, you have to go through the ordinances, check what are the new rules are there, what are the new formalities are there. So you have to be constantly update yourself. Again, talking about my sir's role in my research work. So even before I getting registered to PhD, during those days, sir has given me a special room with a computer and internet. He allowed me to sit in the department and do my research work. So again, to talking about the sir's inclination towards research, I think already Dr. Madhuri Sawant has expressed elaborately what sir has done so far in this tourism research. But I remember when sir took a charge as the director of this department, the first thing he has done, he has started with the research and consultancy cell in this department. So that was the first decision he has taken, and he created this research and consultancy cell under the in charge of Dr. Madhuri Sawant. So which is a great thing, and I think this is the fruits what today we are celebrating this Tourism Research Day. It is a part of that, or I say it is due to the vision of Dr. Rajesh Ragde sir, that how the research is important for this department. Again, sir is very particular about creating the conducive or healthy research environment in our department. Again, while working on my PhD, I got an opportunity to work with sir I'm assisting sir in some of his major research projects or some of his minor research projects, like a tourism potential of Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Marathwada University. That was the, I think, self-finance project by sir. He is working with that. So again, I got an opportunity. So again, sir was working with the Fort Tourism or that Ambedkar Tourism project. So as this project, so as I am inspired by the personality of Dr. Ambedkar, so it is close to my heart. and I like to work on that project. Officially, I was not a research fellow on that project, but as it is close to my heart and as it is my area of interest, I used to work on that project as well. Even during my field survey also, I visited to Baroda, which is known as the Sankalpa Bhumi. So Dr. Ambedkar has a bad experience in the state of Baroda while working over there, and there he made a resolution to change the social system of our this society. So I went to that place, I've taken some photographs, I contacted some of my friends to collect the information. So what I want to tell you that during my this experiences or research experiences with Dr. Rajesh Ragde sir, so I experienced that his style of research is very different. So every researcher has his own perspective of doing the research. So sir's style is very, very different and very unique. So he likes to work on the different ideas or different areas, like sir was working at some, as madam has told us that sir has worked on the tourism police concept. So his vision is very great. So sir has worked on that aspect before 20 years or 15 years. Now slowly the government is realizing the importance of those concepts. And now we can see in some important places like Rajasthan or Goa, this is now tourism police, they are employed for the safety and security of the tourism. So it is all about how you think. So sir has that vision. No, everybody don't have that, but fortunately we have such a great leader who has a great vision for our tourism development perspective. So I learned his unique idea of working on different aspects, and particularly the new forms of tourism. What is new you are creating? That is, sir also used to tell us that what you are creating through your research, that is important. Just don't go or don't do what the others have done already. So what is the use of that? What new you are creating? Research is basically what sort of new knowledge you are creating through your research. So sir has taught us that you should contribute for the creation of new knowledge through your research. Again, sir's very unique character, I would say. He never hesitated to criticize anyone if he finds him guilty or he finds something wrong with that. Be it a government official, be it a research scholar, or be it a university chancellor. So sir is never hesitate to criticize anyone. So again, it can be evidenced through his research as well. So many times he used to give his expertise or his views or his opinions to even the government officials for the tourism planning and development. Again, he has a very particular about the social development. So one of sir's research scholar, Dr. Anil Bankar, he was working on medical tourism. So sir has written a very unique research paper related to the medical tourism. Does we need really needed medical tourism in India? So we have a lot of shortage of doctors in our country. Our government hospitals are flooded with the crowds of people. We are not able to treat them properly due to the low ratio of doctors in our country. So can we afford to have a foreign tourist whom we are treating by using our medical facilities? So do it increase the burden on our domestic patients? So he has a very unique idea, or he was very particular that we don't need that sort of tourism which is not sustainable. So it should benefit, first of all, we have to think about our country, our citizen, our people. If we could able to give the sufficient services to them, then we can think about the others. Okay. So that is the way of thinking of sir, that sir always think about the people, about the ground. How should the tourism should benefit to the people of local community. I think sir has also taken various initiatives like giving some training to the local youths of Ellora or Ajanta, that is tourism sensitization. Even the local people, they don't know about the benefits of tourism. So when you visit Ajanta or Ellora, what we find that many of the entrepreneurs based at Ajanta, Ellora, they are from Aurangabad or some other places. So how local people are not getting the benefit out of this tourism development? So sir is very keen about that. He thinks about the downtrodden or the socially backward classes. So again, very unique thing about sir, I would like to tell you that he always carry a lot of newspaper. He is a voracious reader, we know that, and I found many times in his bag the paper cuttings, books or magazines related to some research, related to some research. So as I said, I am personally inspired by Dr. B.R. Ambedkar when I read some of his thoughts related to a student or a teacher. So for a teacher, Dr. Ambedkar told that a teacher himself, he should involve in a research activity to such an extent that he should forget his family obligations. So when I look at Dr. Rajesh Ragde sir, I find that it is true for him. So he is always involved, always immersed in research activities in that extent. He always carries the news cuttings, newspapers, and he has always something in his mind for the research, which is again very inspiring for all of us. So you should deeply go into the topic, and he's not satisfied with the superficial work. So his research projects goes on for many years, but it has a great value. So the book which has published by our university related to the potential of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. So you do not find such type of research in any part of this our country, or I would say in any part of this world. Now the UGC has also taken the note of that, and it has already introduced in your NET syllabus. So you should realize what the importance of research, what we are doing in our department. And I think even the MTA program students, you have a project or dissertations, so don't take it lightly. So we have a great researchers with us, you have a great supporting team with us. So again, when I used to MTA students, sir used to tell us that what you do in your research or in the form of project or dissertation, it may change your life. Believe me, sir used to tell us one example of our ex-student, I think Rohini. So she has conducted a research on the basic research related to the universities department study tours. So as we do have study tours or research study tours right now. So sir has used to tell us that one example, so that one student, she has seriously done a good research and she got a good job. So definitely it is going to change your life if you do it seriously. So don't take your projects or dissertations lightly. I think as we are celebrating the Tourism Research Day, one suggestion from my side, if you, sir, think it is right, we can give an award to the best dissertation or best project for the students as well. As we are, again, it would be a motivating for the students to go for the good research or quality research in their MTA program. This is one of the suggestions from my side, as ma'am has asked to give some suggestions on this occasion. So apart from this academic and professional guidance, Ragde sir or even Madhuri ma'am, they used to guide us personally on a personal note or a personal life, I think, which is an equally important aspect of your life. If you are not personally happy or you are not happy in your personal relations or a married life, then you won't be able to concentrate on your research or in your career or in your profession. So that is again a very different quality sir and madam has, and they guide you all the time, be your MTA student or MTTM student or be your research scholar. So again, it is because of, so readily we are getting everything, that's why I don't realize the importance of all these things. But we should realize what the pain, what the efforts the sir and madam has taken for developing a research culture, research environment in this department. And we should contribute from our side. Again, it can be witnessed by some of the foreign research scholars are now coming to our department. Again, sir and madam constantly they are going in various countries, in various universities for the lectures. So we can realize that the international presence of our department is there, which is very rare in case of other university departments. So I have a belief that in a coming future, in the able guideship of Dr. Rajesh Ragde sir, This department will excel not only in our country but in the whole world. I give my best wishes to the department. I wish a very happy birthday to sir. We are celebrating his 50th birthday. Again, I wish very good health and long life to him. Thanks for your patience listening. I take your leave. Thank you very much.